Happy Tennis Day. The new tennis album just dropped, which is amazing. Perfect for this spring day. Whew, not me out of breath after like one flight of staircase. Gonna meet Carrie and Co at this cafe for a little catch up and whatnot. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, today, Banana Yoshimoto, Lizard. Collection of short stories. Done 2 so far. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Hello, old friend. I want the when, where, and how. Old friends do tend to become old habits.
Okay, just had coffee with Carrie and Co. And that was so special. Yapped on for way too long, and there's jazz. Jazz in public. I'm going to the jazz.
Till now, most friends fade or they don't make the grade. New ones are quickly made, some of them worth something too. But us, old friend, what's to discuss, old friend? All the time I thought there's only me, crazy in a way that no one else could be. I would have given everything I own if someone could have said, you're not alone. All the time I thought that I was wrong, wanting to be me, but needing to belong. I would have given everything I had if someone would have said, you're not so bad.
この世で一番偉いのは電子計算機。
でもって本当に社会変えれるんですか？
どうだろうな。まあでも経済ストップさせるくらい大きくしていくと権力者も妥協したりするけどね。
その後は
Howdy folks, a bit of a disarray. I had like a massive hot, cold chills, I was sweating, headache, very feverish, slept like a whole bunch. I feel like slightly okay today, but on my way to meet Chetin, I still have like a slight headache, so I don't think I'm gonna do too much today, but yes, let's go. Oh, it's closed.
Dos gardenias para ti, oigas quiero decir, te quiero, te adoro, mi vida. Ponle toda tu atención, que será en tu corazón. Dos gardenias para ti, que tendrán todo el calor del beso.
Use vitamins to see a lot.
They're cute. How could you not? Hey, hi, hello. I hope this ankle is okay. Y'all, I feel so sick. Still, I don't know what it is. I have like cold chills right now, and I have a headache that won't go away. Just got back home from meeting with Chedding, and I just filmed my April movie wrap-up, in case y'all needed to know where we're at in life and time right now. I'm also just like in between 4 different reads. I'm finishing up The Door by Magda Szabo. Doing this as a buddy read with Nor from Nor's bookshelf. Fabulous buddy read. Really great notes that have solidified my thoughts on the book. Exquisite. This is one of those books that make you think about like the people in your life and how some people have hurt you and how you maneuver around that hurt, seeing what passes you by, but also like things that you stand up for and how you protect yourself. So this has been really interesting. And then with Jiren from Jiren Reads, or Bottom's Little Idiot. I forget. Jiren, what is your SN on YouTube? I'm like halfway through this short story collection by Banana Yoshimoto. I had no idea this was a short story collection. That's how stupid I am. But so far, so good. I love just sort of the delicate nature that Yoshimoto has towards storytelling and the weird and wonderful and really drawing characters in. Really fun so far. And then, yeah, I'm still reading Elephant by Raymond, Carver, and that other book on the Kindle that I forget the name of. Anyway, I'm gonna take a nap and then probably eat some soup and ice cream later because my throat also hurts a lot. I just don't want to stress my voice so much, so I've just been kind of not raising my voice and being less passionate about my speech. Last night, I slept for like 11 hours. Unheard of. I feel slightly better than yesterday, but yeah. I just want to kick this in the butt before I have to go to work tomorrow. I should really call in sick, but work has been so busy, so I can't. Y'all, only fools get sick in the spring. Anyway, good night. What's up, y'all? This feels so strange, and also I'm still like, wow. But I was literally out cold for the past 3-4-ish days because I had this crazy flu. It's crazy how sometimes how a day passes and how the body passes through it, because literally all I did Monday was like, I called out sick, which I never do, because I'm that person that's like, there's work to be done, let's have it done. I just had to because I literally could not get up. Also, my head was like throbbing. I had this incredible migraine. I've never felt anything like it before. I couldn't swallow, I couldn't eat anything, like nothing. And I just slept. I slept that day for like 12 hours and then just had to like lay down. I tried to read, which sucks because I'm like in between 2 buddy reads and I'm just like, what? Yeah, have not been a very good buddy read. I'm so sorry, Nor and Jiren. So sorry. And yeah, I would look at a page and the words were just like scrambling and I'm like, oh god, this is bad, like really bad. So all I did was stare at my ceiling. I couldn't even watch content. I couldn't like stand sounds or voices or like people or music. I couldn't stand anything. Drifting in and out of sleep at times. And then Tuesday I went back to work, Wednesday I went back to work, which were quite difficult. I literally went to work those days and then literally came home and went to sleep and slept for like an ungodly amount of hours. So not much progress has been made through any of these books, and now I'm also realizing that I haven't written a review for The Vegetarian, even though I filmed my April wrap-up, which I still need to edit. Anyway, y'all, it's the end of April. No, it's May 1st. Happy May. And it's the end of the season for all these things, and I'm so behind on so many things, and in ways, me filming this is in procrastination of all of me doing these things. And so, I really just need to get down and dirty into it all. I'm working on my newsletter, which is less of a newsletter and more of me meeting Patti Smith, and I just felt like I needed to write that out and share it. Honestly, don't have much to say anymore. It's not to say that, like, I'm out of ideas, or I'm running out of ideas, or I'm running dry in some way. I have measures in place to make sure I'm always up to something. But what frightens me is that one day I will have nothing. Yeah, that does scare me. but I think it's like the constant interaction with books as well that always invigorates that. I don't know if I'll do a field notes video because I just don't think I have the time. But yeah, this is actually the beginning of a, what do I want to call it? I don't know. I have to be productive though. There are some fun things. I'll be out. I plan only this weekend to just get a pizza, say hi to Aunt on her, see Carrie, finish up my novella, and God, I need to get through these. I still need to do proper research, finding a particular voice. We're still reading Jonathan Gould's Counterintelligence. Also, had no idea. I've been looking for this goddamn bookmark, because actually, lo and behold, my favorite bookmark ever. I was just like, where was it? It was in here. I actually enjoy Jonathan Gould's voice. He has such a down-to-earth, man-on-the-street kind of vibrancy akin to Bourdain. Less flashy than Bourdain. I think he's a little more solemn, stoic. To be fair, I think he's just simple. He's a man of simple means. He likes a simple eat, a carb, a meat, slathered in oil and salt, and he's good. A little grease. It's all very down to earth, and I like that. Dren and I have made it through 3 of the stories together. This is fine. I like seeing her in the short story form. It's fun to see these little prompts that she's made herself and still writes about the same kinds of things: alienation, love. What do you mean as a person while you're in love? I don't know, it's the kind of writing that you do out of loneliness, and you can totally see that through all the ways that her characters speak to each other. I love all the dialogue bits of how her characters love one another, how they care for each other as like little aliens. All of her characters always feel like these people who don't feel connected to the world at all, but find the connection with just in themselves, with each other, and that's always so joyous. Banana Yoshimoto, Blizzard, have made no progress at all in Elephant, so we're not going to even talk about that. The Door, Szabo. I think yesterday was the first time where I was just like, wow, these words on the page are not dancing. Wow, let me tell y'all, some intense moments going on here, and I'm near the finish line. Oh, God, it's amazing. I just don't know how language entirely works in this book, where it just makes you so invested, like I'm at the edge of my seat, but it's all very like melodramatic. And I don't want to spoil anything, because it's really just seeing the connections and the power of hierarchies inflate and deflate, the pump of the chest and then the crunch of the shoulder, and just seeing these people cripple, feel pride, and feel all these different things in order to protect their ego. And that's all it is. It's just this little thing, their ego, that they're so concerned about. Anyway, so lovely. Top read of the year, I think. I don't know how she does it. And this little thing. I've neglected this notebook because I haven't written it in the past 3 or 4 days, which disheartens me because we had such a strong streak, y'all. So sad. Although, what I have done is I've left perfume cards on one end, and on the other end, to really, every time I pick it up, I'm just like, wow, it smells like me. It's a little me. Anyway, so I'm gonna sit here. Oh, as you saw, perhaps, that it is raining, so there is no need for me to go out today. Even though there is a Scrub Daddy pop-up at the mall. And honestly, to get to that mall, I don't even have to step outside, which is kind of amazing. I can just stay strictly indoors. If I had to stay outside, it would be only for like 5 seconds. I live right next to the station, so 5 seconds in the rain, get into the station, and then it's just a one long shot to get to the mall where the pop-up is. But that mall is connected to the subway station, so I don't even have to go outside, which is amazing. I don't have to bring an umbrella. But no, we don't need a Scrub Daddy. Even though I love Scrub Daddies. I have like about 4 left, so I think we're fine. Trying to like not have to buy things as like stock, because I'll be fine with 4 sponges. Anyway, procrastination. I got a newsletter to write, so we're gonna work on that. Hey, hi y'all. On the roster today is to just eat pizza and write. That's it. Let's go do that. Real men wear pink. Hey folks, I finished The Door by Magda Szabo. Oh my god, the brilliance of this. I love how realistic the ending is. It's not all gumdrops and rainbows sometimes. Sometimes we need the nitty-gritty real deets. You know, the real feelings. We know what happens on the very first page of the book. Amaranth dies, right? But we don't know what she dies with. I'm not going to tell you how she dies, but I'll tell you this. She dies with shame and guilt. Perhaps one of the worst ways you can go. To live with that. To, like, carry that into another person, and that person knowing that full well, and to continue living is painful. This whole book is about the testing of trust, how power shifts, who actually has power. When you do end up getting it, is it all worth it? Where do you go with all that power? And then the story. Is there power in holding story? Is there power in carrying story person to person? What does it mean when you know truth, real truth of a story, but not being able to relay it to anybody else, to just have it contained within you? That's what our narrator suffers from by the end of the book. But then the whole fun play is that Magda Szabo wrote the book, so we know, and that's how it gets relayed. You know, there's that big fear of, like, stories, especially, like, oral storytelling, how they are passed down person to person, generation to generation. At some point, some of those stories end, and some of those stories don't get to be retold, and some of those stories are then lost. And if they're not documented, say in diary or journal, or in vlog, or anything, then what happens? And so you have lost stories. So good. So good. I think top year of the read for me. Top read of the year for me. Just absolutely stellar. This is just fine. I'm almost done with it. I think I have 40 pages left. I should just finish this right now. Yeah, you know what? I will. Yeah, I had such a great time at this little fake Italian place. Pizza, really good. Really, really good. I came home with a focaccia. I'm upset though because I knew I should have gotten it, or gotten one or two that were still, like, fresh and out, but by the time I was, like, getting ready to leave the cafe, I knew I wanted to leave with something. They were all sold out, so I ended up with just, like, a sausage one, which is fine. But yeah, it was cute, quaint place, adequate amount of seating, definitely be back, and spent a great deal of writing. And guys, I think this is it, but official announcement, I just finished writing my novella, which feels crazy to say because I was, like, stuck at this one point and I just didn't really know how to clean it up. I don't know, I just didn't know how to write around something, and I realized that the knot that was there that prevented me from writing it, I just had to write through it. I just had to write it, and it needs to be cleaned up a bit, but it's done, essentially. And now I just have to reread, rewrite, have a few inserts here and there, and it's pretty much done. Off to the printing press it will go. I have about a few more weeks to really look through it, and then send it off. You're the first to know. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, but yeah, that's done and over with. Whew! It's just been like a big strain on my back. I just wanted to have it done and over with for so long, and I'm just tired of thinking about it. And I want to write other things, okay? I've started, but I want to write other things. Hey, hi, how's it going? already running like extremely late. Oh, sorry, this is the case to my camera right here. Of course, my favorite brand is having a sample sale on the day that I'm busy. So I'm gonna quickly go over there, line up. Hopefully there's no line. I'm gonna show up like 30 minutes early before they start opening. It's the fit. It's gonna rain, and I think this is a bit too much for today, but I think we'll manage. We'll be fine. After that, gonna go all the way over to Hongdae to see Bora, Chung, and Anton Her in conversation for free, hosted by DB Books. Very excited to see them for the release of Bora Chung's new novel. So, or newly translated novel. Let's go. I thought I could try and do like a OOTD, but outer air coat, high sporting goods, high sporting wear, high sporting goods, I think. An off-brand of Issey Miyake for more like casual wear. And this, been wearing this religiously. My shoehorn Costco sample spoon. I just love it as a statement piece. But yeah, let's go.
It wasn't just her. Everyone around her, breathing the air as it came to the hatch, was coughing. She heard murmurs of, "Ugh, what is this? I'm going to suffocate." "Get out!" shouted the Imperials. One of them came up to her and roughly pushed her back. She stumbled out of the hatch, almost losing her grip on her sword. The young man quickly came to her side and took her hand.
Sup, y'all? I woke up with like a kajillion whiteheads on my face, and I was like, oh my god, is it stress? Or two, are my pillowcase is dirty? Ew. Was it something I ate? No, because I had a bunch of cucumbers and salad and like 2 chicken tenders, so it couldn't have been that. Or clogged pores. Google AI told me clogged pores, and I was just like, that might be the case, actually. I actually used too many products on my face last night, so that's probably the case. Anyway, I had a productive stay-in yesterday. I uploaded 2 videos, part of wrap-up season, and more to do. I got 2 more days, today and tomorrow, to just sort of do everything I need to do. Some updates, though. The other day, saw Bora Chung and Anton Her in conversation because of Hampton Star's new release here. We have Red Sword, I think the first novel to be translated to English by Bora Chung. Bora Chung has 3 other novels that just haven't been translated, but this one is. Amid a literal fog of war on a disputed planet, a woman is thrust into battle, forced to fight in her captor's war. So cute. They signed it here. Shout out to Hampton Star for printing this in Korea. It's so beautifully done. Look at that. So gorgy. Gorgy. The sword here is this like fun red foil on the black. Blood. Look at that blood. And we got French flaps and this fun translucent paper to sort of protect everything. And it just adds a really beautiful quality to the book. Nice and sturdy for all my UK fans out there, because Hampton Star is UK based. So super excited to do this. Amazing chat. I have never like had such a fun time in an author's chat. I laughed so much. Bora and Anton just have the greatest rapport ever. Also because, if one must know, Bora Chung is translating Toward Eternity into Korean, which is lots of fun. They just like translate each other's work, read each other's work, and they just have this incredible relationship that I wish I could have in terms of like writers on writers. They're such a joy, and I love the work that they're doing. And yeah, it was a lovely time. Carrie and I had a great laugh, and then yeah, we had some dinner and then went home. Throughout all that, I did manage to read a bit of Elevator in Saigon by Tuan, translated by Win and Lee. I don't know what to give you right now. I'm on page 69. But it's just a lot about... Here, well, let me tell you what it's about. It's about a daughter whose mother recently passes away. She hasn't had the best relationship with her mother, and her relationship with her brother, even, is quite estranged. So it's her just, like, coming back home, essentially. Looking at things in context to what place means, as the book also takes place in Paris, what language means. All of these things, ties between Vietnam and France, that are just quite surface leveled right now. I don't know what it wants to do or what it really wants to investigate. But really it's just about our narrator recollecting memories, parts of her past that are parts forgiven and forgotten. Vice versa, forgotten and then forgiven. It's that weird thing where it's like something happened to you and so many years have passed that you remember and you're like, oh, it's the act of remembering that must happen in order to activate the memory itself. Otherwise it just stays buried and it's just something that you forget. And I think in other readings recently I've come across that, haven't I? Oh, about like narrative and who tells a story and how story gets passed on. And if that story is not passed on, and if the self buries that story, then we lose it. And so what our narrator is doing is sort of retrieving their own losses in order to create a story. And that's what this is. It's sort of a retrieval of losses. Really don't know what it wants to do right now, but it's been interesting for the most part. Just haven't read translated Vietnamese lit ever, I don't think. This is true. This is true. I don't think I have. So this is really interesting to me. And seeing like what the Vietnamese lit sphere looks like. I'm always curious about that. Like, what does the lit sphere in different countries look like? What are other countries and writers from that country investigating? And the themes that they're tackling. Is literature universal? Are we all after the same themes? So yeah, that's why I think like Booker is interesting at times, because it's just like, ooh, translated literature, like what's going out there in the world? Are we all talking about the same stories? And how are we going about those stories? Obviously, we have a billion tales to tell, but it's always a joy to see how we go about telling those tales. Anyway, crunching through this. Yesterday I did finish Elephant by Raymond Carver, collection of short stories. Fabulous, I'd have to say. It's wonderfully curated. I think all of these stories as standalones are amazing. They're like the best of the best, cream of the crop, if you ask me. And the last story is such a treat because it's about Chekhov. It's sort of like a fictional short story about Chekhov, historical fiction. And it's just such a surprise. I want to know if Chekhov inspired Carver in any way. Like, I want like direct notes and stuff to see how Chekhov inspired Carver himself. But you do see it. I think Chekhov did play, well, I'd like to say Chekhov played a huge part in most writers' lives, if you did your undergrad in creative writing at all, or like Russian lit, obviously. But find collection. I feel like this is the place to go to if you don't want to commit to one of the larger collections. This is a nice, short, small one. To be honest, here, I'll read you a quote. So, Chekhov is dying. I don't think that's a spoiler, because Chekhov is dead, right? Anyway, Chekhov is dying. Olga is right next to him, and she says, "There were no human voices, no everyday sounds. There was only beauty, peace, and the grandeur of death." On the baseline, that is most stories. But on the baseline, that is Carver's stories, just in suburbia. And my face is disgusting. I really love this camera because you actually can't see how disgusting my face looks. So we're staying indoors. I'm really just waiting for my iPad to get a bit of juice because it's pretty low on juice. It's been going through it all, y'all. This probably matters to nobody, but these have finally landed in Korea after I don't know how many years. From Japan, peach water. If you ever find yourself in Japan, please try the peach water. It's just peach flavored water. I know, it's not that revolutionary by all means, but when I first tasted it, I was just like, ugh. Just like the lightness, the fragrance of it, it's just this beautiful Japanese peach in the form of water. For the longest time, Korea only had like an off-brand produced by Lotte, which is funny because Lotte is Japanese, essentially. It's the only peach water that you could get, and one or two other brands, but not that great. It just had like that awful artificial peach taste, but the Japanese one tastes like peach. And yeah, they're here in Korea with Korean branding. Yeah, that is really nice. Alright, gonna get some work done. Let's go.
Shoot the